Welcome to the World of Ability and the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Sue Roskoff, and this program has been hosted by Emily Golmer here for the last, year or so, maybe more. And as of today, she has decided that she is no longer going to be here. So I am stepping in and diving in this role for today. We'll see where we end up going here with this programming, because our World of Ability podcast is the flagship piece of what we do with the World of Ability Podcast Network. We think very highly of what's all going on here, and we're handing the honor to her to go ahead and run with. And I'm not sure what is all happening in her corner of the world, but she has decided that it's time for her to step back. So starting a little late today because this is fresh news. And we are doing what we do with, as Denise Fargus always tells us, with Live Creatively, and to be able to move forward wherever you're at, figure a way, and that's exactly what we're doing. I am so blessed to have a wonderful friend of the show joining us. The lovely Barbara is tuned in here. She has dialed in. She is, I understand, in Mexico right now and is joining us. So Barbara, I'm not sure if you're at a point where you can come on in and say hello. Are you there? I know she had turned her camera back off, so maybe she just needs a little time. So Barbara, whenever you're ready to hop on in here, just let me know. Come on in when you can. I'm going to actually type that in the chat here just in case she's able to see that.
To speak.
Ah, there we are. How are you?
Good, good, good. Can you see me?
I cannot see you. I can hear you.
Here we go.
Give her just a moment here. Technology is always the thing, right?
There. Now you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Yay. Now we just have to get a visual here because it is like so very beautiful. People have, created paradise.
You said it's beautiful where you are? Because my understanding is you are in the lovely Mexico right now, and I know it's been, oh my gosh, so many years since I've been there. Like, we're talking, oh my goodness, 1990s. Late 1990s was the last time I was in Mexico, and I just remember it being beautiful. Everywhere we went was gorgeous.
Please drive me.
There we go. I think I can hear you now.
And you can hear me now. Yes.
There we go. Yes.
Yay. I know they've just they've just created for all of the tourists here, and it just, total paradise with these like comfortable like beds that are shaded if you need it, like on the beach, and two people can go up in a parachute, brought by a boat, in horses, people riding horses on the beach. And,
oh my gosh, sounds like a paradise.
It's totally, there's like unlimited food, unlimited anything you want to drink, anything you want to eat. Trying to get people to, bring the tourist money here. And I guess looking for people to retire here, to bring their, retirement money, and, they'll tell you how they have good medical care and everything, you could need, you could want in the latter years of your life, to feel like you're in paradise.
That sounds amazing. Are you going to be there for a while, or is this just a brief trip?
It's a very brief trip. It's a 6-day trip, but 6 days in paradise is nice.
Say that sounds amazing. Absolutely beautiful. What's been your favorite thing so far?
Just how beautifully they've landscaped the place, the architecture and the landscaping, and the way the way they've set up the pool so that it goes towards the beach, towards the ocean. And so you could be in the pool and you're watching people playing volleyball right next to you, but they're on the ocean and you're in the pool. And right
Refreshing.
now,
So, well, I gotta ask, what kind of temperatures are you experiencing there? How warm is it? Oh, actually, and you are muted right now. Very curious. It's got to be well, guaranteed it's a lot warmer than it is here. Yeah, because we still have snow on the ground. It's still pretty dang cold. I think we were supposed to hit 20s today. So for how it's been in the recent couple weeks here, 20s is going to feel good. And this upcoming week, I heard 40s in the predictions, and it's going to feel like a heat wave. It has been a really cold month around here. So when I think about what Mexico must be feeling like right now, whew, it's hard to picture. We always love summertime because, with us, our family is always the water skiers. So the warm temperatures speak to me. So,
ah,
what is it
and
like
it's
by
like
you right now?
in the 80s here. Um,
80s. Oh my gosh, that's my sweet spot. I love mid 80s. That's perfect. I could handle that. So make sure to bring some of that back with you and send warm thoughts our ways. So I'm sitting here with a little blanket on my lap because I was hoping the dog would lay down next to me here, but I think she may have disappeared back up the stairs. But yeah, it's I'm just picturing all of the beautiful things that you're getting to see and enjoy. And, oh, goodness, anyone who is looking to get away, that this is a good time of year to be heading on down to Mexico because the weather there is bound to be gorgeous. And like you said, that you're able to be in the pool and be able to see all the things going on the beach from where you are. Amazing. Yeah, we actually, oh, go ahead.
oh no, I'm trying to see now you can hear me and when you can hear me and when you can. Trying to, yeah, trying to communicate and still like capture these pictures of so much beauty. I mean, even the architecture, the colors that they put into the buildings and the way they've shaped them. So whatever room you're in, you're still seeing the ocean. Um, what people have done, what people have created. Do you know what man has built to create paradise and take it from here? They had a little while ago yoga stretching in the water, to
Oh,
music with someone leading you.
it sounds perfect.
Can't imagine more perfect except for our ability to learn to how to love and how to let ourselves be loved. That from the song Nature Boy, the most important thing, we can ever learn, right? It's just how to love and be loved in return.
Absolutely. Oh, that brings the warmth on its own, a different kind of warmth, right?
Definitely, yeah. Brings a sense of home.
Fantastic. Oh, to be able, oh, I'm having all these flashbacks to when last time was we were in Mexico, and it was at 25 years, no, more than 25 years ago, because it was 1998 probably was the last time we were in the Caribbean at all. We had our honeymoon in the Bahamas. So that was the first time
Nice.
on an airplane, first time in somewhere Caribbean, obviously.
Mhm.
And I remember that so well, where we get to enjoy the time on the beach and like what you're describing, the pools were outdoors, and then there was the sand, and then there's the ocean right there, and all the activities. at the place we stayed, they even had a trapeze set up that we could go and learn how to swing on the trapeze. And I actually did that. And I still, like, I wish I could have gone back and done more because that was so much fun.
And you want to tell young people, that like that, well, my age, 75, it's surprising. It's like, whoa, how did I get here? Right?
I hear
So,
you.
yeah. And yeah, when you have the muscle and the strength and all, to play on the trapeze, like I'm trying to do everything. And what's wonderful is there are people all around that are so caring, want to make sure that I'm not going to get hurt, that if I need help with anything here, people are instantly, they're here to help you, not to get on the horse or to make sure your horse doesn't start running with you. They don't think that you might know how to ride or and I'm not used to in the United States, not used to having that much care. And I know when my parents went to China and they came back and they were inspired. They were high on life. They were taking on, their mission, my dad's mission to write more, my mom, to be doing yoga and tennis and they said the magic that they thought that they experienced in China was a little what I'm experiencing here, where people are so attentive and so there to help you and to try to make sure that you're not going to get hurt and you're having a fun time and get that kind of care here. And I know my friend who works as the therapist at Hippocrates, like it's almost a joke that the people that come there, with wheelchairs and walkers and all kinds of problems to overcome, and realizing that they love the care that they're getting, that they've been wanting that so much, like their whole lives, right? To get that kind of nurturing, that kind of care, and how we can do that for each other without having to have, the problems of needing to walk with a walker. Uh, the changes that we want to make happen in life, where yeah, or it's not about you're a tourist, you're bringing money. You don't get a feeling like that. You get a feeling with these smiling faces that are just relaxed and smiling and happy that, they're happy, you're here, and they're happy to relax you. They're happy to help you feel safe.
And it's funny because I think we need to have that time like that where you can be away from what your normal life is like, to know that there's other ways to go about living. You can be in an environment like that. It's out there. And if it's not where you really live, maybe you need to reconsider where you are. And there are other ideas. I love that you're getting out and seeing other things and getting to experience that.
Yes. And I know when who used to be on that show all the time, and she's all about being creative. But she would say, if people just realize that, if people can just realize that as they're aging, that everybody gets to that point of disability, what we call disability, right? And so
Exactly.
we would create an environment where everybody is getting that kind of care, that kind of protection, and that 'cause people they want to help. It's what I believe because I see it everywhere. Since I have this walker, that people are happy to run ahead of me and open a door for me, things like that. Since it's not that challenging, it's just I have to turn around. I have to like use my butt to push the door open. While holding on to the walker. It's not, you just kind of get used to it. It's not that hard. But you get to see that people want to help people. We just have to know it's okay.
it's just a different environment, right? Because I would say that's one of the things I love about where I work. I've worked at a couple different universities, and where I am now, that is one thing specifically that stood out to me, that if you're getting close to that door, somebody else is there, they will hold the door open for you. They will wait for you. They will do that kindness. Whereas where I worked previously, the number of times where I was literally two steps behind somebody, like I can reach out and practically touch the door, and the person ahead of me that just walked through would let it slap close in my face. Like there's times where I had to like step back because they let it go and didn't care at all that there was somebody right behind them. It's not that, and it was not because they didn't know somebody was there. They just literally didn't care. That was just the atmosphere of they were there for themselves, and that's how I took it anyway. Is they were so focused on themselves, they couldn't see beyond themselves that somebody's right behind you, and you just whacked them with a door because you weren't paying attention. And the contrast of, and even it's a small thing, really, somebody opening a door, but really it speaks volumes that that is from where I was to where I am now in the place where I work, where something as simple as holding a door, which again is it when you said that, it struck a chord with me, because that is something that actually changes your mindset a little bit anyway, because somebody having that bit of kindness to help you out versus the exact opposite, it really makes a difference in how you feel. People don't, I think, realize sometimes how what they do does have effect on people around them. And so those kinds of things, I guess if I had a wish, it would be that people would be able to know that sharing a smile, sharing something as small as like you're saying with holding the door, not necessary things in our everyday walk of life, but what a difference that makes, right?
I worked at a place called Victory Living, and it was people who were under the umbrella that was called mental retardation. There, number of people with Down syndrome, and different reasons why people were put in that environment. That could be a whole
Mhm.
show in itself. But the love that was there, like the day I stayed home sick and then came back, people running over, Miss Barbara, you're okay. I prayed last night that you should be okay. And it's like, I, how do we how do we bring that more into society? So there's a video to watch called Children Full of Life, and it's about a school in Japan where the gentleman Tansaburo Makaguchi, who created it, would tell his students, "What I want you to learn in my school, I want you to learn you are so precious in my eyes, and every one of you deserves to be happy. I want you to learn how to be happy and how to help people in your family to be happy and how to care about each other." And so this is about a fourth grade class that's coming from that school with that kind of language, that kind of mentality. And people say, watch it with a handkerchief, because often you cry when you see kids caring so much about each other and knowing what everybody's going through, like someone that lost a parent or, yeah, and being allowed to have fun, not having to worry too much about keeping your clothing clean, it's like the priority is on these kids being happy. And I just Googled it, Children Full of Life, and it came right up, and I got to watch the video of this documentary of this fourth grade classroom in Japan that
Wow.
has that way of communicating with their students, of teaching.
I'm writing this down so I can look that up when we're all done here. That's
Uh-huh.
awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're so welcome. And I love Summerhill, about a school in England where the gentleman and his wife who created that school, their concept was a child could come by, a kindergartner, and you could say, can you come back in an hour? I'm on a roll here. I'm writing something or I'm doing something. And, I need you to come back. And that kindergartner would respect that because they knew that they were worthy of the same kind of respect. Now, it's a way of, I think, how we use our language, how we teach each other, in such a way. And in this school, children's thoughts and feelings were really respected. And there was this one little girl, and she didn't want to really do anything but dance and make collages for like 2 years. And people were panicking what's going to happen to her when, she needs to leave this environment. But found out that she could learn in 2 months what these other kids were taking 2 years to learn and pass the test. So when she went to a university, she had learned a lot that had to learn, and she got to get the degree. I forget what she wanted to study, but she was able to do well at a university coming from that kind of a background. And I mean, funny stories about a little girl who came from a Catholic school, and she just wanted to be dirty. She wanted to do everything she wasn't supposed to do in Catholic school. But one day she was eating some kind of a hot dog, and her hands were dirty. And so the bun she was holding was getting dirty. And from that point in time, she decided, she'd rather be clean. And but it worked for these children. No one was really getting left behind in any big way by being given that freedom and that kind of respect. And that's called Summerhill by A.S. Neal.
Yeah, got it. I love it.
And then if I get to share, everything's really important. I would want to share Ina Gaskin in Birth Matters and Spiritual Midwifery, because she's talking about things. I mean, these different ideas that really work. Like she reminds females that there seems to be some connection between the kiss, between the mouth, throat, and the birthing canal. And so when a woman's having a contraction, like she puts a lot of emphasis on the couple and how they're relating to each other. And if they could just kiss right then, so they're really like loving each other and feeling each other, it actually helps her to let the baby out, to open up, to relax. And babies are having more gentle births. And she evolved that to the point where women going into transition would actually go into in that moment, where you see women all of a sudden, feeling intense pain. These women go into orgasm. And, it's scary just to use that word, right? In public. But, that's definitely worth looking into, because right now we have girls who are afraid, to give birth, are afraid to nurse, what it's going to do to their body, how terrible it's going to be. And it doesn't have to be that at all. But, research it if you don't believe me, right? Like, see what. Then that's Ina Gaskin, who her first book she wrote was Caravan, and then the farm cookbook. And then finally, she was writing Spiritual Midwifery and Birth Matters. And that's because when they were traveling in Caravan, they had 250 buses and vans, and 7 of these college girls ended up pregnant. And when they were going to hospitals and saying, well, no, I don't live around here. Well, no, I'm not working right now. Right? They realized they better use their college education. They're so advanced, right? And a new generation with clear thoughts and to understand what giving birth is. And that's definitely something worth like reading and exploring. It's a picture book, pretty much, spiritual midwifery. So you're not just, hearing about it, you're seeing the couples together, and you feel the joy in the pictures.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about that. I'm not familiar with that at all, so I can only imagine that our listeners are in the same boat, and to have that as a resource out there to let us know, I really appreciate that.
I'm glad
I
to
do.
share.
Thank you. And I see we've got Marianne joining us as well, so I'm going to go ahead and bring her into the conversation here. Marianne, how are you doing today? I actually just got to unmute there. If you're ready to talk at all, if you need a few minutes, that's fine too. Because actually, I think you'd be enjoying hearing that Barbara's actually in Mexico right now as well. And it sounds like just an absolutely
Hola.
beautiful place where she is. Hi, Marianne. How are you?
Hola, everybody.
Hola.
I'm in San Carlos, Mexico, and we have a biker rally going on for the weekend. So if it gets a little
Oh,
loud, you know that they're driving around.
excellent.
So where are you, Barbara, in Mexico?
I'm in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, nice, nice. That's south of here. So yeah, we got good news happening, Barbara. One, Sue, if you'd be kind to set up the new book video of our first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. We have a nice video. And Barbara in the world is the World Water Day is March 22nd in a month. Today is February 22nd. And
Uh-huh.
Zach Clayton has a awareness day for veterans for suicide prevention. And today is 2/22, and according to them, every 22 minutes someone takes their lives. So we want to support Zach Clayton today. I'll be live with him at 6 o'clock tonight, and it's going all day. And a month from now is World Water Day. And Leon and I will be launching our fourth book, Cool Acts of Kindness for Clean Water Foundation. And we'll have a free download of this book. So as I'm sitting here in my chair, Sue, I have more pages to edit. I just don't think this is going to end. But in the end, there's never an ending. There's always a new beginning, and we can be the change that we want to see in this world. Actually, those are lyrics from a song in our book, Underwater Acts of Kindness by Lucy Lynch. And yesterday I was on Universe Unicorn, and that was their theme, in the end. And I had to send them the video of Lucy's soundtrack, and maybe the universe is really putting us together, and it's all coming along because they're impressed with the work, and we're looking for animation funding. Now, Barbara, I won the Awesome Grant Foundation Award in Honolulu, Hawaii in July, $1,000, and they gifted me that, and I used $500 to give to Sue Roscoff to bring Jay Stoyan to hire me on to be a speaker on the Disability Channel out of Toronto with 32 million subscribers. And what a joy that was to promote the books and get excited with that. Also, we gifted the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind a water unit, a value of $150 to from Clean Water Foundation, and Leon was actually on campus to deliver it, and I was on Zoom. Um, we I was live because I was on Zoom in Mexico here, returning from Canada trip, and we did it. And we sent them the books, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully for Anti-Bullying Month, which was in October. So I know Sue and Emily have these videos on file, but if you could be kind, Sue, to show Barbara our next new book launch of our first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. And we're celebrating the General of the New Earth Army today, especially with Zach Clayton's awareness fundraiser. And we have 500 million people worldwide with a hearing loss. We have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. So this collective book here with not only puppets, coloring books, characters, YouTube channel, now you're able to see this. So take it away.
Here it is.
Set sail with Underwater Acts of Kindness. Join Noah, the hard of hearing humpback whale, and his marine friends as they take on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. On their journey between Hawaii and California, they discover an enormous pile of plastic, but with teamwork and courage, they plan to clean it up. With the guidance of Dodd General of the New Earth Army, they rally ocean creatures and you to help restore our seas. Now available on Amazon Audible, listen as author Marianne of Waikiki narrates this inspiring adventure, featuring mesmerizing music by Lucy and the Perfect Wave and Nick's guitar, echoing the sounds of whales and dolphins. This book is dedicated to Boyan Slat, founder of The Ocean Cleanup, making waves for a cleaner future. Sing along with Noah's song and dive into a world of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. After reading, visit the Acts of Kindness series YouTube channel for more adventures. Learn the ASL ABCS with Dr. Fingers, the fingerspelling hermit crab on YouTube, kids. Get coloring books now at www.actsofkindnessseries.com and Amazon. Plus, grab your New Earth Army t-shirt and pledge to protect our planet. Underwater Acts of Kindness by Marianne of Waikiki. Available now on Amazon, Audible, and actsofkindnessseries.com.
And that
Welcome to
is-
the 12 o'clock shakedown.
Whoa.
15 minutes of music
Sorry,
and
I
motion.
thought I closed it
Grab
off.
something to shake and get ready to have.
There we go. So amazing. I love what you've all put together there. That is so good. And actually, I know Barbara was watching that, but we just lost her as that was starting. We lost her off of our screen here. So hopefully she was able to catch at least part of that, and we'll make sure she gets to see it next time she's on here as well. And it's available if anyone wants to see that and share that out. If you go to YouTube, we have that on the World of Abilities YouTube page. So super easy. If you go to YouTube and you put in @Ability Network, you'll find us. Go ahead and subscribe there. We love to have more people coming on in and subscribing and seeing when content is going live. But that is where that video is currently available. And it was just put up on there, just last week. So it's super easy to find that on there. So it's awesome. Thank you so much, Marianne, for sharing that with us and getting that on out there.
Yes, Leon McLaughlin, when he joined us, if you would be kind to play it again, or if not, if you have the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind or video, we'd love to share that with the world as well.
So, and that one I don't have handy. Honestly, I was not planning on hosting today. That was a last minute thing that happened here. So I will have to make that be a piece for in the future here that I can make that available. But unless you have that, because you would have sent that, I'm assuming on my phone, I believe, or is it on YouTube somewhere where I can just pull that link?
No, it's not on YouTube. Emily has it, but I can see about forwarding it to you as
Yeah,
if we did last Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, if that's possible to maybe send that to my email or yeah, send me the link somehow there, that would be perfect because yeah, she decided to step back and not be here. So I'm stepping in because the show must go on, right? World of Ability. The whole point of this show is to be able to share all the wonderful things that's going on out there and to be able to showcase abilities and all the wonderful things that you do. That's exactly what you do all the time. So I love that you're here and able to share so many good stories. And I've seen, oh my gosh, you've sent a lot of amazing people that you've come across and topics to talk about here. And I don't know what format Emily had all that in, if she's had that somewhere where she'll be able to hand that off and be able that I'd be able to pull that up here, but I don't have access to her or the things right at this moment. So I am
Well, it was
doing, like Diva always
was
says,
all-
live creatively, and I'm kind of winging it today.
Okay, no problem. We appreciate you. And also, this morning, I have a new neighbor, and she is a boater, and I showed her the video, and she's like, I had this level of respect for you, and then it went this level of respect after seeing that video. And I just met her. And my landlord was here too, and I showed her the video, and she's like, "Oh my God, I know this lady that's really passionate about whales and will be interested and we'll hook you up." So the universe is providing. And then the other day, knock, knock, knock on my door. I have a vendor jewelry guy that stopped over to say he was back in town, and we caught up, and I showed him the books and the videos. And he's a salesman here in Mexico, and he's like, I want to get the books into the schools. And what I did was, Sue, I went on Chat GPT and I said, put in a business plan for Joshua to take these books to the San Carlos and Harrisimo schools, especially the School for the Deaf. And boom, it popped up a business plan, the schools, the ages there, everything. And when he saw that, he goes, I know those people. I know that person. And I'm like, okay, the universe is providing. Well, we'll think about something in the fall, or just, we'll come up with something. Right now, I'm just editing these new videos and finishing writing. Well, we're finished writing editing and getting it launched for Leon for World Water Day. So it's very uplifting and exciting. And a captain I sailed with too, I sent it to him. He's like, I want to buy a t-shirt. And you can buy t-shirts on Shopify. We've opened up a Shopify account too. So you can get the General of the New Earth Army t-shirts. So yeah. And this morning I had an honor to speak with Trevor Gibbs, Charity Revolution. He's the online detective for Web Detective to evaluate your websites to make sure they're ADA compliant. So I don't know, Sue, if you would be kind to pull that up. That's www.actsofkindnessseries.com. You can see the whole series of the books. And again, it was evaluated by Trevor. And he's been kind enough to help me with an expense report with all this creation and costs into this project. And hope to have a meeting with Derek, our tax man, to see what we can do. So yeah, there's the Acts of Kindness series. And there's all those different clicks. Sue, I know you're a teacher, and teachers love to have products for their students. Well, guess what? All classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of the books from donorschoose.org. And a special education teacher requested 50 books, and she got funded in 2 weeks. So there you can click on the Donors Choose. A teacher just needs a teacher ID and request the books, and Amazon will ship them out. So meet on YouTube our leading lady, Chelsea the Courageous Sign Language Chicken, for Harry the Hard of Hearing Rabbit for our second book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. Again, that's a Folkmanis puppet, so they're designed really nice. You can put your hands in there and do sign language, and they're just huggable and cute. And what a leading lady she is. So there's our musicians, Lucy and the Perfect Wave. Nick's guitar sounds like whales and dolphins in the books. And again, our first book is on Amazon, Underwater Acts of Kindness. Now, I know we've been playing her songs throughout the show here, Sue, and sometimes we've been starting to do a commercial break with the song by Lucy, Yes I Can, at the top of the hour. And there's Dr. Fingers there. You can learn the finger spelling alphabet, the ABCs. And again, those are all clickables, and they can take you to Amazon, to Donors Choose. Also, I have Apple app games, 10 app games to test your skills as well. So good things are happening.
And
And
if you
there's-
don't know the sign language yet, the alphabet is a very simple thing to learn. And it can be, oh my gosh, even if you don't know other signs, you can communicate if you know the alphabet. There we go. And actually, and there's the free Apple game downloads. And there's a peek at what they look like. This is all on that homepage. Here, let's go ahead. You want to talk about the Santa Papa John part here? Yeah, Santa Papa John is a good friend of all of us here. We met him through the Happy Neighborhood Project, and talk about the nicest man out there. Truly, the best Santa I know. He is fantastic. He is a big supporter of what Marianne is doing here with the Acts of Kindness series. And he does custom created videos. So he is able to do a lot for each of us. We can take this as a great idea. there's his website, santapapajohn.com. And there's so many things that he's able to do. And look at his. You've all seen Santa at the mall. Santa doesn't usually look like him. He tries to, but truly one of the nicest guys out there.
Okay, well, we're running on a low battery here, but I got it plugged
boy.
back in here. And
Okay.
I don't know if you want to take a break and play the song Yes I Can by Lucy Lynch. And that will give us some time to charge up the phone here and welcome our second guest for the second hour here. But we do it as a commercial break. And it's very motivational, Sue. It's about Yes I Can. Now, this song is featuring Kenny Cancun, who's a raccoon in a garbage can, and he's a garbologist and cool acts of kindness. Is that cool or what?
It's amazing.
He says, Yes, I can. Here I am. No more hiding in darkness. He's ready to shine the light.
Awesome. Well, and here we go. Let's go ahead and make this nice and big. And here it is.
Out on the road, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, wanna go with the flow, feel so alone. There's no one here to guide me through. I close my eyes with an open mind. I can see a ray of light. I hear a voice from deep inside. It's calling me. Here I am. Here we are. And I say, yes, I can. And I say, here I am. No more hiding in darkness. I'm ready to stand in the light. And I say, yes, I can. And I say, here I am. No more hiding in darkness. I'm ready to stand in the light. Lifting the veil, open the gate. I'm here to shine, it's never too late. Finding my why, always will be guided through. Feeling my heart opening wide, I can see the rising tide. Feel so alive, I hear the world is calling me. Here I am. Here we are. And I say, yes, I can. And I said, here I am. No more hiding in darkness. I'm ready to stand in the light. And I say, yes, I can. And I say, here I am. No more hiding in darkness. I'm ready to stand in the light. Here I am. Here we are. And I say, yes, I can. And I say, here I am. No more hiding in darkness. I'm ready to stand in the light. And I say, yes, I can. And I say, here I am. No more hiding in darkness. I'm ready to stand in the light.
Wow. Thank you, Sue. Is that amazing?
I love it.
That is just another song in the fourth book, Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change, as a soundtrack to bring these books into animation movies. Is that motivational or what? You need a little coffee break? Listen to Yes, I Can. Here I am, right? Get motivated.
That is perfect. Yeah, I love her talent. I love her music. Mm. That one, if you just sit back and listen to it and soak it in, it's a great way to start your day. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. And one thing I actually should make sure that we talk about today is what Zach Clayton has going on. Now, you were saying how you are going to be on later today as well. I'm going to see if I can pull up some details here from his event. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what he is doing? Let's see where I have it here. So Zach Clayton is an amazing friend. We've gotten to know him. Actually, I believe we met him also through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And I have actually got the flyer for his event. Oh, and I'm trying to quickly download it here, and it is not going. Here we go. Give me a second to get this open, and then I will share my screen so it's visible here for everyone. We have, let's see, 4th annual mission for Healthy Heroes. So this is all about our veterans. Today, the date today is 2/22. So it is the 2nd of February. And 22 has been for a very long time the statistic that's been used for how many veterans a day that we are losing to suicide. And so being 2/22, he has chosen this day to, for the last 4 years now, to be doing a 22-hour-long podcast. And it is for our heroes. It has started, oh my gosh, in the wee hours this morning. And it's, let's see here. So I am Central Time, which means it started at 3 a.m. this morning. For me, 3 a.m. and it runs until 1 a.m. tonight. So he's about halfway through right now. And again, together we make a difference. We're spotlighting 4 exceptional regional organizations making a real impact. All donations and sponsorships are divided among these groups, and then they are ensuring that every dollar helps helps the veterans who are fighting unseen wars. I know we personally are involved very much with Project Die Hard, and I'll be representing that organization on his programming tonight. My time slot is 5:15 Central. I am an ambassador with Project Die Hard, and our programming is all about providing hope to veterans for this exact purpose in making a difference in this fight against suicide. Because the number of veterans that we are losing is unbelievable, and we can make a difference. So ways to get involved, and this is all the information he had before the event started, but it still counts. It's like being with this show that they're doing today, he'll be, I'm sure, doing it again next year. So you can think about 2/22 of next year again, how to participate in what this massive event is. You can share your story. Your voice can inspire hope. Whether you're a veteran, a family member, or an advocate, your story could change and could save a life. How did you overcome challenges? What solutions have worked for you? How can we better support our heroes? And partnering with us, whether it's leading up to the big event or other ways that you can participate and help, whether it's with the programming, with raising funds, with becoming a sponsor. There is so many different ways that we can help with what Zach's got going on with Community Pay It Forward and this mission for healthy veterans. And why it matters, there it is. Every day, veterans face unseen battles. The suicide rate among our heroes is devastating. Together, we can provide solutions, bridge gaps, and remind veterans that they are never alone. We cannot save them all until we have saved the first one. Let's prove to our heroes that hope exists. And that's just it. One is too many. And that you can look at it and say that the average, I mean, again, the average that they put out there in statistics is 22 veterans a day that we are losing to suicide. From everyone that I talk to in and associated with our vets and that truly know about this and what's going on, the number is way higher than 22. From what I was hearing on his show with one of the guests this morning, they were saying it's like it really depends on how the numbers are tracked and what state you're located in, because a veteran may be losing their fight due to an overdose. Well, are they actually tracking that as a veteran who's lost their life to suicide, or are they calling it an overdose? And how are those numbers actually being portrayed? And that's where there's a difference in what number is being told and what number is actually real. So the way to participate is actually going on and first listening to what he's all got out there, listening to that podcast that's happening, sharing it out there, deciding that, hey, for next year, I'm going to be on there myself. So like I said, I'll be on there later today. Kurt's going to be on and Marianne's going to be on there. There's a lot of different really wonderful organizations that have already been on today and more that are coming up. It's a thing that's happening, and I really applaud Zach Clayton and his organization, Community Pay It Forward, for what they're all doing to support our veterans. So, massive event today. And you know what? You can actually find live streaming of that going on then. He has a few different channels that are available. And actually, let me pull those up really quickly here so that I can share that out. Give me 1 second here, because that is I have it in an email. I want to make sure I'm pulling up the correct links to be sharing out with everyone. So just a second. So let's see. I think I got it. All right. So I am going to share this screen as well. Lots of clicks. Hang in there. This is where you can see welcome to Mission for Healthy Heroes. And here are 3 different channels that that he has that are all running the programming today. Along with, if you go to Community Pay It Forward on Facebook, you will find information there as well. The live streaming is taking place there. But these YouTube channels, these are real easy to write them down. PACT channel, PACT channel 1386. Then we also have another one called PACT for All with the number 4. And then we also have Things Network. So all 3 of those, if you're not a subscriber to those, please go and subscribe. I sometimes wonder why people hesitate to subscribe to YouTube channels, because it's so easy to just click that button. It helps their channel out and it's good information. That means if you're ever just scrolling through in YouTube, you might be seeing their stuff before you see other things that are, as far as I'm concerned, maybe you'll see less garbage and more of what you want to see. So this is a really, really worthwhile organization. I'm just going to go ahead and click on one of them and show you what all pops up here. So here is his PACT channel. And he has the live segments going on. This one right now is live. He is, as you go down here, you can see these are pieces that have already happened. Maybe it's in this section here. What's already happened today. It was streamed 3 minutes ago, streamed 6 hours ago. This is what's going on right now. I don't want to mess up our things here. We could always go ahead and pull that up later in the show here and share some of the live programming. But again, we're going to actually be on there tonight. Right now it is just after 2 p.m. Central. So in a little over 3 hours from now, I know I will be on with Zach, and over the couple of hours from that, so between like 5 and 7:30, I forget exactly the timeline there. We have a lot of our connections that are all going to be participating in that live stream event. And I'll specifically be talking about Project Die Hard. And others in our network will be talking about what things are going on in their corner of the world, including Marianne with her books and what's all happening with all the wonderful things going on. So, and I do see Barbara is back with us. So glad to have you back with. We were just sharing out some music from Lucy Lynch, and we shared Marianne's website. Now, I know I was just talking about what is going on with Zach with Community Pay It Forward and the 22-hour podcast. Was that all news, or were you familiar with that he has this event going on today?
No, that was all news for me, and I really want to apologize. I ran out of charge here in the middle of paradise, but right away, man, people were there to help me. They went out of their way, and so I shut down his business for a little bit, come over to where these other people were having their business and got me a charger, and it's been like that since I've been here. Just people really going out of their way to help you gratefully, it's awesome. So yeah, but I never mean to hang up on you or hang up on anyone. I think the work that you're doing is amazing, and I think Marianne Waikiki, when she got some fortune and right away she wants to share it with everybody, that's beautiful. And I hear what you're saying, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to be available at that time, but I sure would like to help if I could. What time is that happening?
So the podcast itself is going on, it's 22 hours straight, but the part that I'm participating in is 3 hours from now. So I believe my section starts at 5:15 Central. So a little over 3 hours from now, I will be on with him. And that's something that if you are able to listen live through his Facebook group or on YouTube, either way is real simple to be able to listen in. If you want to join us live on there, his only stipulation was that we were all on camera, and he basically was calling it Kurt's crew because Kurt has a lineup of people that are going to be joining us, and you're always welcome to be part of what we're doing here. So if you want us to send us I can send the link her way after we're done here. We lost her again, so she's having some battery issues or connection issues. We all are familiar with that, right? That happens. So, Marianne, are you there at this point? I know you were looking to get some battery charging up there yourself. I'm able to go on. Oh, I see you unmuted.
Yes, I am, Sue. So yeah, so speaking of ocean cleanup, tell us a little bit about your teaching position. What are you guys learning about marine biology? What have you learned with us being speakers on the World of Ability with Leon, talking about clean water? And I've done some other research, how marine life is affected. What kind of stuff have you been learning, discussing, sharing, teaching in the university of, or where you work at?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Actually, we have a marine biology program at our university, and the connecting point, the students are at Carroll University for their first 2 years, and for them to do the program through us means that they spend their second 2 years in Hawaii. So that's where they finish their degree if they are going through the whole process that starts with us for marine biology. And I had no idea until you showed me what you've shown me about the garbage patch and all of the issue that is out there. I had no idea. So you have changed my world in sharing what is really happening out there. And I mean, I've seen it. You've shown videos, you've shown me pictures and all the things that it's like, oh yeah, I think back when I've heard things mentioned, it's like, oh, well, that's not by me. I don't have to worry about that, do I? But no, really, it's like we are we need to take care of our resources, our planet, our everything. This is all, everything around us, it's all a gift. If we abuse what's around us, we won't have it anymore. We need to make use of what we are given in a responsible way so that it's here for future generations. And the fact that there is such a thing as a garbage patch in the middle of the ocean, what? That shouldn't be. It's, to me, it's just crazy, but it's real. And I, if it wasn't for all the things you've brought my direction, I wouldn't understand it the way I do now. So I am grateful for that eye-opening experience that you've shared with me.
So yeah, Sue, and also I shared with Kurt too, the Algelita Foundation, the Moore Institute out of Long Beach, California, I believe. It's where Captain Moore uh, has his institute, and he sailed through the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in 1997. This is when it was really starting to be recognized, and he is highlighted in our book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. His organization, Algelita, now is giving grants out to students age 18 to 25, I believe, who are doing projects and everything. So wanted to know if you could find a student who would be interested and applying for it, even if it's, I don't know, getting the books, whatever. But there's grants out there, and I know you, like you said, if students are going to go to Hawaii, and who knows, to get the books as a educational reading uh, course in your school that, I know it's characters and puppets, but it is the storyline behind it. And there's other universities where you can learn sign language and go to a community college, get your sign language certificates. And yeah, but we have until April to apply. So we need a student, maybe your daughter, and maybe it was 16 to 25. But yeah, if you have some people in mind, there's grants out there and they want to hear what kind of projects you're doing. And we're also applying for the pollination project. And we have a character named Pollination.
I love
And
it.
Cool Acts of Kindness. She's a bumblebee. And we sent some information to them, and they help a library in Nigeria. And I sent them that what we did with the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind, we'd like to multiply that acts of kindness of getting a water unit and the Acts of Kindness series books. And also we have our friend, the filmmaker from Africa. So Jasper Johnson,
Jasper,
and I
yep.
sent him a shout out too and said, hey, don't know what your connections are, but they can give me a grant up to $500 to $10,000. So, can you work with me? You may know the people, or let's make this happen in Nigeria next. So we're shifting it, we're making it, we're multiplying the acts of kindness, Sue, and it's just really amazing feeling to get this all out there into the world. And especially with Unicorn Universe, I've had several meetings, being on the Zoom on Fridays, networking with Dave Waltzer and Michael Gray. Michael Gray did animation 14 years ago of Andy's airplane, and he sent it to me, so he knows who I am. He wants to introduce me to some other people, and yeah, that's about how networking works. So they were impressed with the video, and yeah, so I'm real happy with it. I'm working in the middle of the night with my Fiverr team, but it's well worth it. And the t-shirts are on Shopify, and I got to finish setting that up this weekend. But we got great stuff, and the coloring books, and yeah, a whole bundle package there for Leanne McLaughlin to take it away. So tell us about water skiing. Well, I know it's still frozen lakes. But do you guys exercise as a team? Do you work out, just, in the gymnasium and do handstands and kickstands and all that kind of aerobatic stuff that you do on the water? What do you guys do during the winter to stay active and your health to do this amazing, water ski? Are they called stunts, acts, tricks? I don't know. What are they? Sue?
Acts
Tell
actually
us.
is what they end up calling them. Yeah, so we do meet in the off season to do what they just call it dry land practice. And we did our first one this last Tuesday. So your timing is perfect for asking that question. we literally take the ski ropes and like tie them up to a big like a doorpost or a frame of some sort that's sturdy, and then put mats out on the floor, and that's where we teach people and remind people how to climb, because we pyramids on the water. So yeah, in order to do one, you need to know where to put your hands, where to put your feet, and how to do that safely going up and safely coming down. And that's where we learn. We learn it indoors like that first, so that when you go on the water, we do it enough indoors so that it kind of becomes second nature. And then once you hit the water, that it's a slightly different animal out there, because now you're doing the same thing, but you're moving forward 20 miles an hour. So which actually, surprisingly, if you know the steps to take, it's easier on the water than it is in the gym, because you have that little bit of cushion of what the water provides. So it's all about learning. And I'm at a point, having done it for this many years, I love that part, because you get to teach people new things and get them excited and show them what's the safe way to do it. And that it is a lot of fun. So yeah, we just started doing that. We have not yet decided on a theme for this upcoming year yet, because every year ski shows have a theme of some sort. It's basically a big stage production, but instead of a regular stage in a theater, the stage is the water. And a little bit of it is actually when you come in and you're on the dry land there's acts that take place on the land, and but then again, the acts that are taking place out on the water, there's music, there's announcing, there's costumes, there's all the things. And it truly is a production, and we do our best to be as inclusive as possible with all, especially our team. We don't compete, which means if you are in our club and you want to ski, we will find a way to get you in the show. And as you're learning, we will get you in there. If you're in a competitive club, it tends to be that the best of your skiers are the ones that get to ski. The others have to keep working on it until they become one of the best, because when you compete, they're going for scores, and that means you can't fall. So of course we don't want to fall either, but we all do our best, and everybody is cheerleaders for one another, and that it's what keeps it fun. We like to see people grow and learn new things, and that's what it's all about. So, and I know, I believe I see Kurt in the background there. I'm not sure if he is free and able to join us on here or not. So I'll see if he wants to go ahead and let's see. I don't think I made him a co-host. Let me do that real quick. So if he wants to come in, he can either give me a thumbs up or just highlight himself and bring himself in. I'm getting the thumbs up. So here it is. Adding you on in. How you doing, Kurt?
Doing good. You got quite the chatter going on here.
We certainly do. We had Barbara on here for a while, but then she had some battery challenges. So I think that's how we ended up losing her in the end. But I know you actually were just a speaker on an event that started a little over an hour ago. You want to tell us what that was all about?
Well, that is the Natural Health Collaborative. It is National Nutrition Month. And so they were doing a round robin on, with all the experts that are part of the collaborative. Everybody took turns to reflect on their 3 suggestions, 3 recommendations, 3 ideas, for what everybody wanted to express for National Nutrition Month. Did you know it was National Nutrition Month?
Did not know it was National Nutrition Month. So I learned another thing today. I'm on a roll.
That's why we call you Butter.
I was waiting for that one to come up. So, well, if you had to share 3 things, say it again. It was 3 things that pertain to National Nutrition Month, or was it more specific?
Yeah, like recommendations, because we're natural health collaboratives, so that this is a format to kind of take our collective wisdom and our collective practices and kind of culminate it into one listening, viewing, participating experience.
Okay, so can I ask, what were your 3 things that you shared?
Well, I mean, not being a part of the round robin, it's a little bit out of context. So
Gotcha.
I'll just say that, we're hearing about the importance of rest, actually. So they there was a sharing of, nutrition is about what we put in our mouth, but there's also the source of that nutrition, whether it's coming from the garden, and if it's a plant-based food, where was it planted? Where was it grown? What did they all use to grow it? So it's, how rich in nutrition is that? And then is it the right, part of the nutrition that you need? So I basically added on the idea of energy, thinking of our bioelectromagnetic energy regulation technology, to look at that. We're, creatures of energy, and, what we see of each other is an expression of what is there at the atomic level, and the makeup of, our neutrons, protons, electrons, and so that whole energy thing. So water matters. So like folks who are promoting Kangen water systems and so forth, how they teach us that pH matters, and it can help stimulate, or if it's on the less favorable side, deplete the, growth of a plant and the vibrancy. And, so even the water we sit here for hydration, right? We heard from Dr. Grant, today again with Zach Clayton's event with Healthy Heroes. And he taught me that you want to avoid guzzling. You might be really thirsty, but kind of just take little sips of water, and just, if you're really thirsty, take a lot of sips to let it really absorb. There you go. So I got to do that 100 more times real quick, like
Doing the demonstration.
So the idea is, being well rested, meditate to get the mindset right. Mindset matters. Brain health matters. So you got to think of what you're doing to keep your brain in, peak shape, and so you can think even breathing. So like when you're taking in your nutrition, breathe a little bit. Like when you say I inhale stuff, it's like relax a little bit, take smaller nibbles, morsels, and they say you got to chew, break it all the way down, right?
Yeah, lots of different steps in the process, and that's the first step. Get small enough for your guts to handle it. And actually, well, yeah, that's something I think people forget. Even your saliva starts that digestion process. It starts there. So I did take a nutrition class way back in the day. And they talk about all those things that it's like, oh yeah, you don't really think about it because you just, you eat, right? But to actually think about what you're doing and what you're putting in your system and how that all works, how to read a label. I mean, at what point in time when you're a kid does somebody say, do you know how to read a label on a can or a box or whatever you're picking up at the store? Have you ever looked at it?
Yeah, I had a friend that I met down here. His new thing was going to be, if it's got a label on it, I'm not buying it and I'm not eating it.
Well, there you go. Yep.
Which is kind of, yeah, like, whoa, you got to really think about that one, and to really change, your habits and everything like that. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, and actually, I see you sent me an email. It's got that video that it has Leon at the Hawaii School for the Deaf. Should we take a moment and we'll play that for everyone?
Sure. I hope that he joins us too as well, but I can speak about that too. So now that's me. I just want to let you know, I thought I looked really nice in the mirror. So a zoom camera lens makes you look a little bit different. And
Got a little bit
anyway,
there.
I was showing the aloha spirit to the deafies in Hawaii while I was in Canada. Leon was in campus.
All right, so let me make this nice and big, and here we go.
Oh, I'm watching, okay? So, who's being, you know. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Leon McLaughlin, and I'm the CEO of the Clean Water Foundation. And we provide water for children around the world. We're pretty lucky here in the United States and Hawaii with the water, but in certain countries that don't have clean water, and even in the United States, in certain places where they don't have clean water drinking water. A lot of the children have to go to rivers and lakes to get water, and the animals is in the water, people is in the water, and the water is contaminated. 2 million children die every year for lack of clean, fresh drinking water. So water is life, and it's important to drink clean water. We're working with the acts of kindness, and that's where the puppets come in with Mariana Waikiki, who's donated this water filter for the school here. And the filter is a special filter that takes out contaminants and viruses to make you have clean drinking water. And to stop that 2 million children who die every year for lack of clean, fresh drinking water. 50% of the world's hospital bills are with children who have waterborne illnesses. So by drinking clean water, you don't have to go to the hospital, and it can save your life. And that's why we're here to do this presentation and to present this water filter that takes out contaminants and viruses, and work with the coloring books that you guys will be getting, along with our other partners, Dr. Emoto, Messages of Water, and there's children books to learn about water. So this is why we're here. And we'd like to thank you, and we want you to learn about clean water and why it's so important to have clean water for children around the world. And we would like you to be a part of what we're doing with other children in the world who don't have clean, fresh drinking water. That's why we're here.
Is amazing. And remind us all, when was that that took place?
Can you hear me? Oh, that was in October. October was anti-bullying month. I was in Canada, traveling back from Mexico, and Leon was in Hawaii. And he went out and did the presentation. So thank you, Kurt and Emily, for setting up the video. We also had David, who is a deaf assistant principal there. So when you were opening up the video, it wasn't a distorted video sound. It was actually how he sounds because he's deaf. And so kind of explain that to you in the beginning. And but yeah, it was amazing. I mean, it was just in tears of joy, one, to receive the grant from Awesome Foundation and then making it happen. And now we have a video to show and multiply this worldwide for the Acts of Kindness series, and doing that same here in San Carlos, Mexico on the 22nd next month. March 22nd is World Water Day. And we'll be gifting a school and a water unit, maybe an orphanage here, a water unit. So, and then hopefully we'll get the bee pollination group and gift the Nigeria Library with Jasper Johnson. And then I can move it into animation movies. So looking for the grant funding, and also sent you about the Algelita 2. Students can apply, I believe it's age 16 to 25. People have projects. You can get grants of $5,000 to, I think, a couple of $1,000s. So Sue, let's scope out a student. Let's share the story. Let's apply, see what happens, and pay it forward and move it forward. So yeah, that's the good news that we've been up to.
Excellent. Yeah, I do have a faculty person who is that connecting point for the students in marine biology. So I will share this with him and see if he's able to help connect some dots on this as well. Because that people don't know what they don't know. I mean, if these amazing opportunities are out there, and it's just a matter of taking advantage of what's in front of them. Oh my goodness, we may have a student that this is exactly what they're looking for. So he's the one that knows all of those students because he is their advisor and helps them choose classes and knows where they're headed with their schooling careers. So I'll see what I can do to help connect those dots and get this in the hands of those that would really, and there's a need. Oh, I love win-win situations, and this is definitely one of those. So very, very grateful for the kindness of sharing all this with us. And you were talking about this pollination project. I need to find out more about that as well, because that is actually a piece that at our field station, I know we have, I know bits and pieces, but I don't know the entire scope of what the project is. They actually have trained dogs that are able to detect bees out in this prairie that we have. And I don't know what the entire project is about, but when you're talking about pollination and all, I'm very curious to see if there's any overlap and connecting points with this as well. I just am not familiar with the pollination project yet, so I need to find out more and see if there might be something worth connecting there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I'm sharing with you too, Sue and Kurt. Have you guys applied for the Awesome Grant Foundation on the water chapter? They give $1,000. Took me 10, I said 15-minute. Robert from Treasure Island said it was 10 minutes, Marianne, for you to apply for it, and we uploaded it with photos. So no excuses for you guys. I expect it to be done. This is your online chapter course to apply for Awesome Foundation grant on the water chapter. And I've also helped Robert apply for a grant for the Children's Hospital, the Rainbow Children's Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio, to do the same thing, to get the water unit and the books and the coloring books for the children there. And also I've talked to Zach Clayton about getting them into veterans hospitals. They're good educational tools. The books are written for all ages of the heart. And, you know, they're great learning things to learn the ABCs, such as nurses in the VA hospitals to learn the ABCs. And the basic thing, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, change my diaper, mommy and daddy, or nurse. Yeah, so there's so many good things that are going to happen out of it. And I'm creatively thinking about that too with our next animation video for the book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. So it's a good feeling also too, because on the island of Oahu, they had issues with contamination of the water at the Red Hill, and 100,000 military families were misplaced, had to relocate, stay in a hotel because of the contamination. So no, I know in my heart that the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind has cool, clean drinking water, and they have a legacy of the Acts of Kindness series to read and feel that importance. Being able to say, yes, I can. Here I am. I may say I have some hearing challenges, but here I am. No more hiding in the darkness, because guess what? We got other people learning sign language just like us. So yes, it's a beautiful story. So just can't wait to make that happen.
I love it. It's so many good things there. And I know I heard Leon saying that 50% of the children across the world that are in a hospital are there because of a waterborne illness of some sort. Like what? That is preventable. What he's doing is so needed. And we need to get those water filters out everywhere so that kids shouldn't have to suffer from drinking something that is not visible, that is hurting them. That again, those of us who are blessed with clean drinking water, we take it for granted. And I think it is important to remind people that it's not, it's a luxury that we have that. And unless you look at it that way, you forget and don't appreciate the simple blessings that we have like that, because there's so many people across the world that do not have that luxury. Hard to believe, right? Oh, So, well, and Kurt, I was going to ask you again. We did talk quite a bit about what Zach has going on today with the 22-hour podcast. You want to give us a few highlights of, I know you've been like restreaming some of the things that he's got going on this morning. I remember seeing Dr. Grant was on there and JR from the horse ranch. Can you give us a few highlights of people that you have seen on there, and if you could share with us some pieces that people have missed so they can be teased to go back and look that up. And I already did share out the YouTube link, what the channels are, so that people can find those too. But what kind of highlights can you share with us?
Well, we're hearing from veterans who, are actually sharing stories of their military experience and, about their camaraderie with, others in their squad or, and then, different dynamics of being in the military, and then looking at the system, of the Department of Defense and the military, and, making statements to the direction of, that when, people sign on, when they have a new recruit, a person is signing on with a blank check, basically, risking it all, for the country. And then, with the VA and, so forth, the Veteran Affairs, and going through the system, it's just amazing how, the administration, puts the clamps on, and then just, being shuffled around the system, to have one doctor saying one thing about, a disability classification, with the veteran, and then you go to another doctor when it's time to get the benefit, and all of a sudden, oh no, you don't have that classification, you don't have that disability, you don't have that diagnosis, and so it's just some conversation there that goes to the point of what veterans are living through is to the tune of adding insult to injury, literal injury, injured and wounded vets, so on and so forth. Right now we've got John Lee on here, Johnny Campbell, a female guest, and she provides differently abled entertainment. And so I'm hearing this show. I don't know what exactly they're all talking about and sharing, but that gives you that idea. I was talking to our friend Doug Cornfield. He said right now at this present time, he's looking at trying to get in. And so apparently after Johnny is done here, Doug Cornfield might be trying to get. I don't know if they're gonna take him in. We're gonna have a Kurt's crew, later on today. So Marianne is a part of that. I don't know if you guys talked about that Marianne's gonna be on later. You
Yeah, we
already
did.
Yeah, you did talk about that. Okay. So, and others are welcome to come in and be a part of Kurt's crew today. Remind me when we have that scheduled, Sue. Is that like in 4 hours, like around the 6:30 hour, or is that
Well,
just
I start at 5:15 Central, so that's when I start, and then it leads right into what you guys are doing. So anytime from 5:15 till
it's Central Time?
Central Time.
Yeah, so 4:15 Mountain. Yep. So, and then it's a couple hours of a window that's open there, right? So
Exactly.
5:15 to 7:15 Central, 4:15 to 6:15 Mountain. So it's Kurt's crew. Everybody out there is part of Kurt's crew. So go ahead and hit up the Google Voice line, 262-372-1SKI. That's 262-372-1754. And email me, Kurt, K-U-R-T, at spiritofthegame.org.
So actually, I'm even looking at Zach's YouTube channel here. Here, let me share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Because he has, here it is.
Yeah, actually, do you have the sound shared? You should actually share. Oh, it's live in 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one that it says we're on segment number 6. So it begins at 5 o'clock. It says we begin this block by talking about our campaign that is dedicated to everyone who deals with brain injuries in preview of March for Brain Injury Month. Jeff Pearson, mission partner of Hydro with Hope, Jeff Jeffries of Treasure Island, George Glass of Mountain Hyperbaric, and Todd Lingle, who's a mission partner with Cures Foundation, Marianne Ambrose. She's on this section as well. Mission for Healthy Heroes donor, Jeff McNamara, and our wonderful Forever Platinum partner, Mr. Z of Z World Webs. And this is a segment again where you and I are both going to be part of this, and it's as part of Kurt's crew. So this is the segment that begins in about 2 hours from now, just over 2 hours.
And so go back and grab the live. Do you have your sound shared with this or no?
Yes.
And so go ahead and play it.
Resources
Can you hear
and
it?
peer support community.
Just for
This
about
is
20
not fitness-based yoga. This is yoga therapy. Slow flow, restorative, and therapeutic. Although you will achieve a full body workout with each session, the focus is not on fitness. Our goal is to move trauma, stress, and other baggage out of your body and increase your bandwidth. Feel lighter, present, and more focused and relaxed. This is for women. This is great for women with PTSD, C-style PTSD, trauma, anxiety,
That's
or
good.
depression,
Go
chronic
to
high
Mission
stress,
for Healthy Heroes segment
chronic-
5 on the PAC channel to get more of the programming. Tune in for the Kurt's Crew premiered, highlighted, exclusive grouping, part of the whole show.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Because
Well, I just
again, this
wanna
is
share-
his 4th annual. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Fourth annual.
Just saying, it's the 4th annual event that he's doing here on the 22nd of February. So 2/22. I can only imagine he's going to have another event just like this next year. And for anyone who's hearing this and is interested in hopping on board and helping with this and being on that programming, my goodness, he would love to have help and content and all the things. And helping now would be spectacular. So Marianne, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just wanted, could you please repeat that this yoga is for women and the date and time?
I don't know if he had a date and time listed on there. It was, we'll have to go back and catch the replay of that section. It was advertising basically what is available. Let me see if it's still up.
Yeah, basically it's an ongoing program offer, and so I was gonna step in and help by reading off of the screen, but they took the screen down. But yeah, the PAC channel has
Phoenix
all the
Women Health Healing, phoenixwomenhealing.com. The email for her, it's really small on my screen. Let me see if I can get Anissa Hudak, Anissa, last name Hudak. So her email address is her first initial and last name. So it's AHUDAK at phoenixwomenhealing.com. So, and it says for more information, questions, or to get started, she would be the one to be in touch with.
Awesome. And I just wanted to share with you our conversation earlier in regards to your brain injury month in March. I have a neighbor that just moved in and she told me she was in a coma for 28 days. And she has a little service dog now. She's going to stay here for a couple of months. She was in a bad auto accident. I don't know when, but she also is a boater. And I shared the video with her and she's like, wow, this is amazing. Now, my respect for you has gone up so much more.
If you're looking to sell your car.
Sorry.
Getting that out there and her being a boater also too. So she has a little service dog, Sammy, and I said I was an interpreter and my deaf friend had a little Pomeranian service dog as a Woofie. So it'll be interesting. But what she shared with me was, when she was going through rehab, she said she would look at the egg and then look for the pan. And then it would be stuck in her mind. Do I look for the pan first or do I look for the egg? I want to cook an egg. And she would sit there for 30 minutes. And so she was kind of explaining how her recovery was going. But I don't know what year this was, but she's up and about and talking about swimming. And it seems like she's been in good athletic shape because I bought out the pool toys. And it's too cold to go in the pool, but it'll be pretty interesting. And she's very knowledgeable about boating. And when I told her about my sailing journey too, up the ICW in Florida, she's like, "Oh, the loop." So I got someone good to talk to for the next couple of months while she's here. And yeah, it'll be a learning experience. And I shared it with my landlord, Heidi, and she knows a lady who's passionate here in the community about whales and teaching the children. So good things are popping up. And it was kind of crazy. I was kind of meditating on it, and the universe does provide. You just don't know when. And kind of the same thing too, Sue. At the end of the theme of the unicorn universe was in the end. And oh my gosh, Lucy has a song called "In the End." So at the end of this show, could you be kind to play "In the End"? Because that will really demonstrate the soundtrack where Nick's guitar echoes whales and dolphins. And you'll see them live in studio as a band. Again, they're the soundtrack to the Acts of Kindness series. I'm Marianne of Waikiki. So In the End, Sue, by Lucy Lynch.
And actually, that's the little annoying noise you heard coming from my end was me pulling that up, and there was a commercial at the beginning. So I do have it queued up and ready to go. And speaking of great timing, guess who has just joined us? The wonderful, the one and only Mr. Leon McLaughlin is in the house. Leon, how are you today?
Everything's going great. How you guys been doing?
We're good, Leon.
Fantastic.
We showed him the video of you speaking at the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind. It's out there to the world, Leon. So please tell us about that experience. You're the founder of Clean Water Foundation, and we won the Awesome Grant Foundation Award in July. Mariana Waikiki, and I hired Jay Stoyan to interview me with the Persons with Disabilities channel with 32 million subscribers out of Toronto. And Leon was there in October for Anti-Bullying Month to gift the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind a water unit. And I did that via Zoom. So thank you, Kurt and Emily, for doing it. Now we can share this, Leon. Multiply the Acts of Kindness series on World Water Day, March 22nd in San Carlos, Mexico. And we want to multiply it to a Nigeria library with the Pollination Project. So take it away, Leon. Tell us about your experience at the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind and what are you up to?
Yeah, that was amazing. And that deal actually snowballed because of the fact that when I did that presentation later that day, I went to the Waikiki Yacht Club and I was telling those guys about the installation that we did from that donation. Mariana had donated the water unit for the school. And they were so impressed at the Waikiki Yacht Club. One of the members there was one of the biggest coffee farmers in Hawaii. And they told me, hey, we would like to get involved. We didn't even know we had a school for the deaf and the blind. What could we do to get involved? So we're now putting a project together with Minahune Coffee Company in Hawaii, where a percentage of the Kona coffee and other coffee they sell will go to the Clean Water Foundation to purchase water units in Hawaii and for schools and clinics, and to the Hopi and Navajo Reservation. And we actually just got an article from American Airlines, nonprofit airline ambassadors. They put the article out about that project that we're doing. I was just on a conference call with the owners of the Hawaii farm. They also have a new restaurant they just opened up next to the Hawaiian Hilton Village in Waikiki, and we're going to do a fundraiser there in November. So they've helped us out a lot for the fundraiser in November. We're going to do at their brand new restaurant called Minahuni's Grill, which one of Mariana's friends and we met when I was just there again in January, along with now setting up a virtual store. And I'll send that link once we get the virtual store set up, where people can purchase the Kona coffee, and a percentage go for clean water for schools in Hawaii and the Hopi and Navajo reservation. So this thing then really blew up. Not only that, we were able, when we talked about that idea, we were like, hey, let's reach out to some of the other people that we know where we've installed water units at in El Salvador and Kenya, Panama, Colombia. So we reached out to some of those folks, and they were connected with farmers also. So now we just signed a contract also with El Salvador to do the same thing, and water units will go in El Salvador like we're going to be doing in Hawaii, and also Kenya, Uganda, and Panama and Colombia. We're working on those contracts now. So that whole Coffee for a Cause thing has really blown up like you wouldn't believe. And American Airlines nonprofit airline ambassadors just put this article out called a model brew, where we have a model. Her name is Ambar. And she's been doing videos with the coffee drinking and promotions of what we're doing in Madrid, Spain. And we got an article called A Model's Brew, which is really a model's view from Madrid to the world. And there's a whole story written up about her, how she's joined us on our new Coffee for a Cause campaign. So unbelievable how this has really blown up from Mariana donating the first water unit in Hawaii, and it ended up now being our newest partners with these coffee farmers. And now our latest joke is they're no longer farmers, they're agricultural conglomerates. So amazing. You never know how things starts and how it snowballs. Here we were doing a water unit in the school for the Hawaii Deaf and Blind, and ended up with coffee farmers in different parts of the world working with us on our new A Model Brew Coffee for a Cause.
That's amazing. So, Sue, I don't know if you could be kind to play the new book video about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch again while Leon's here, because I know Leon is going to be interviewed by CNN. They're doing a segment on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and
Yeah,
we'll
that's
be.
another thing that you were talking about. Actually, when we were at the meeting in Hawaii at the new restaurant, I was sitting next to this guy, and he was the video photographer and interviewer of CNN, Douglas Carroll. And he was like, oh my God, I would like to get involved in this too. And his daughter is doing cleanup on the harbor in Hawaii. And I said, well, my friend Mariana actually got a deal where she got this great garbage patch for the Pacific Ocean from Hawaii to California. You got to see this video. So I sent him the video. He's in Australia right now. I'm going to come back to Hawaii doing a documentary with the coffee farmers about how we put this whole project together. But they have Water Flow, the whale, and the whole thing with Lucy Lynch's song. So we're actually promoting that. He has a copy of that. So that's another project also. So it's just been amazing how this thing turned out. You never know. If you're not out there, you never know. And as we always say, you can't win the prize unless you advertise.
All right. So, Sue, could you be kind to play this video we created? And Leon, I'm editing Cool Acts of Kindness. We're going to create something similar for your book with Water Flow and Clean Foundation. So take it away, Sue. Let's see the newest creation. And I'm working on all of them for all 4 book series. And Unicorn Universe was impressed. They're in Phoenix, Arizona. And they want to have you join us right before World Water Day. That's March 22nd. I got a calendar of people who want to interview, such as Steve Ramona, who interviewed us a year ago, And the Master Connector wants to interview us on that Wednesday of the week of World Water Day. So keep your calendar open, Leon. We got a lot of people want to know more information of what we're going to be doing. And again, you'll have a free download of our fourth book, Cool Acts of Kindness, for free on that day. So Sue, you want to play that new video that we played on Wednesday? And Sue also has a radio show, Leon, on Wednesdays. We want to have you be interviewed for Milwaukee Live Radio on a Wednesday night as well. So we got good things happening. Take it away, Sue.
What if
Yeah,
you
that's
could help save the ocean just by listening to a story? Set sail with Underwater Acts of Kindness. Join Noah, the hard of hearing humpback whale, and his marine friends as they take on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. On their journey between Hawaii and California, they discover an enormous pile of plastic, but with teamwork and courage, they plan to clean it up. With the guidance of DOD General of the New Earth Army, they rally ocean creatures and you to help restore our seas. Now available on Amazon Audible, listen as author Marianne of Waikiki narrates this inspiring adventure, featuring mesmerizing music by Lucy and the Perfect Wave and Nick's guitar, echoing the sounds of whales and dolphins. This book is dedicated to Boyan Slat, founder of The Ocean Cleanup, making waves for a cleaner future. Sing along with Noah's song and dive into a world of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. After reading, visit the Acts of Kindness series YouTube channel for more adventures. Learn the ASL ABCS with Dr. Fingers, the fingerspelling hermit crab on YouTube, kids. Get coloring books now at www.actsofkindnessseries.com and Amazon. Plus, grab your New Earth Army t-shirt and pledge to protect our planet. Underwater Acts of Kindness by Marianne of Waikiki. Available now on Amazon, Audible, and actsofkindnessseries.com.
Awesome. Thank you so
that's
much.
great.
Are we still live? Leon, are you there? Want to comment, Leon?
Yeah. Yeah, what a great ad. And also I wanted to add that we're sending water filters next week from the show we just had.
Did I run out of
That's
battery?
part of World Water
No, I
Day to the Hopi and Navajo, where 3,000 children and their families will have clean, fresh drinking water. We'll be doing a photo shoot on that from the show we just had last Sunday with one of the opera singers and the Sugar Time Trio, which is totally awesome.
So I know Sue is speaking, but we can't hear her. Is there a little bit of technical glitch?
There we go. Yes, we did. I bumped a button that I didn't see. My bad. Thank you. I'm just saying thank you so much, Leon, for all the great things that you're doing. Very proud of all the hard work that I'm seeing and all the things you're accomplishing. It's not just talking it, you're walking the walk and making it happen. So excited for all the things coming down the road here.
Yeah, amazing. Like I said, we're delivering water units next week for 3,000 children on the Hopi and Navajo from the concert that we just had last Sunday with one of the opera singers and the Sugar Time Trio. It was amazing.
Beautiful. Love it. Marianne, actually, I know you have a song you want me to play here at the end, but I want to make sure before we go, if you and Leon had any final thoughts to share before I go ahead and play that final song.
I just would like you to interview Leon in March for World Water Day on the Milwaukee Live Radio Show. And we'll have some more updated videos here. And again, World Water Day is March 22nd. Thank you to Zach Clayton. Today is 2/22, his fundraiser for 22 hours. We'll be on there later. Sue, you'll be on there. I'll be following you. And come and join us. So go out and play as our tagline, Leon. And aloha, I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Wonderful. And Leon, any final thoughts from you today?
I'm just saying that, working together works, and what we've done with the World of Ability, all this wouldn't have happened with this new Coffee for a Cause thing if we wasn't doing our show with you guys. And for Mariana to think about doing that water unit for the School for the Deaf and Blind, and now that's happening along with us just delivering filters for 3,000 children on the Hopi and Navajo reservation, even though we're a small organization. So it's amazing on what we're doing. Working together definitely works, and we couldn't have never did it without the World of Ability.
Awesome. So excited for all the things happening here. Leon, you're amazing. Thank you for all you do. Marianne, same with you. And actually one last piece, Kurt, any final words from you?
Well, our trend is really diving deep in, for our veterans, all the mentions of Zach's event, People for a New America, the Disability Channel, Spirit of the Game. We are really igniting a response to veterans like the world has never seen before. This is a call out to everyone out there. We're working with Project Die Hard and really looking at saving the lives of our veterans, dealing with the suicide issue, and, looking at the whole realm of mental health and, really trying to help uplift, humankind at the same time. So that's what we're all about here at the World Ability Podcast Network, for sure. Inspired out of our Americans with Disabilities and taking the journey of Sue and me and others around us to the world of people with disabilities. 2 billion people. I know if you Google it, Google will only reveal 1 billion. But if you really follow us all the way into this wheelhouse, you understand that even on the internet, we're only halfway there. Back to you, Sue.
Excellent. This has been the, February 22nd, 2025 edition of the World of Ability, and so grateful for all of you joining us. I am going to finish off with the most appropriate way to end, with the song In the End from Lucy and the Perfect Wave. I appreciate you guys so much. Here it is.
In the end, there's never an ending. There's only the moment here and now. We heard all about it and we all doubted. Think about the future, think about the past. In the end, we are all not so different. We can make a difference. We can make a difference and see through new eyes. We can change. And in the end, we're all part of a universe, part of a constellation, part of a nation lost in space. Beautiful creation out here alone. In the end, we're like leaves in the wind, learning to let go of our mother tree, learning to be free. And in the end, there will always be a tomorrow. A moment never changes, always each breath, one breath at a time. In and out we go of this life. You and I, we are not so different. We can make a difference, and we can be the change that we wanna see in this world. And in the end, we're all part of a constellation and the universe, part of a nation, a beautiful creation. We think we are alone. And in the end, we're like leaves in the wind, learning to let go of our mother tree, learning to be And in the end, there is never an ending. In the end, there is always new beginnings. You and I, we are not so different. We can make a difference. We can be the change that we wanna see. We can be the change we wanna see. A beautiful creation. We think we are alone. In the end, we are leaves that fall in the wind. We learn to let go of our mother tree to be free.
For all of us here at the World of Ability Podcast Network, we thank you.